This week marks 5 years since the financial crisis began, and Hank Paulson, who you've worked very closely with, has said his biggest regret was that he wasn't able to convince the American people that what was done, the bank bailouts, weren't for Wall Street, they were for Main Street. What is your biggest regret as you reflect on the 5-year anniversary? And do you believe that the Fed, Congress, and the President have put the necessary measures in place to prevent another deep financial crisis?
Well, on regrets, as Frank Sinatra says, I have many. I think reasonably, the biggest regret I have is that we didn't forestall the crisis. I think once the crisis got going, it was extremely hard to prevent. I think we did what we could given the powers that we had, and I would agree with Hank that we were motivated entirely by the interest of the broader public, that our goal was to stabilize the financial system so that it would not bring the economy down, so that it would not create massive unemployment and economic hardship that was even more would have been even more severe by many times than what we actually saw. So I agree with him on that, and I guess since you gave me the opportunity, I would mention that, of course, all the money that was used in those operations has been paid back with interest, and so it hasn't been costly even from a fiscal point of view. Now, in terms of progress, that's a good question. I think we made a lot of progress. We had, of course, the Dodd-Frank law passed in 2010, and then we recently, have come to agreement internationally on a number of measures, including Basel III and other agreements relating to the shadow banking system and other aspects of the financial system. I think that today our large financial firms, for example, are better capitalized by far than they were certainly during the crisis and even before the crisis. Supervision is tougher. We do stress testing to make sure that firms can withstand not only normal shocks, but very, very large shocks similar to those that they experienced in 2008. And very importantly, of course, we now have a tool that we didn't have in 2008, which would have made, I think, a significant difference if we had had it, which is the orderly liquidation authority that the Dodd-Frank bill gave to the FDIC in collaboration with the Fed. Under the orderly liquidation authority, the FDIC, with other agencies, has the ability to wind down a failing financial firm in a way that minimizes the direct impact on the financial markets and on the economy. Now, I should say, I don't want to overstate the case. I think there's a lot more work to be done. In the case of resolution regimes, for example, the United States has set the course internationally. Other countries and international bodies like the FSB are setting up standards for resolution regimes, which are very similar to those in the United States, which is going to make for better cooperation across borders. But we're still some distance from being fully geared up to work with foreign counterparts to successfully wind down a international, multinational financial firm. And we made progress in that direction, but we need to do more, I think. So I think there's more to be done. There's more to be done on derivatives, although a lot has been done to make them more transparent and to make the trading of derivatives safer. But it's going to be probably some time before all of this stuff that has been undertaken, all of these measures are fully implemented, and we can assess the ultimate impact on the financial system.